Samsung has just shaken up the market with the new Galaxy S25 series, but which one is right for you? Today we're diving deep into a 5-minute head-to-head comparison between the flagship S25 and the value-packed S25 FE. Let's start with the most important factor for many, the price. The Galaxy S25 enters at a premium $799. For that, you get a standard 12 GB of RAM across all storage tiers, topping out at 512 GB. The S25 FE is significantly cheaper at $650, but it drops the RAM to 8 GB and storage to 256 max. In the hand, these phones feel completely different. The S25 is a compact lover's dream. It's slim, light, and incredibly easy to use one-handed, weighing only 162 grams. The S25 FE is a different beast, larger, heavier, and definitely requires a two-handed grip for most. Build quality is top tier on both, but the S25 uses the newer Gorilla Glass Victus 2 for better durability. The S25 comes in elegant shades like icy blue, mint, and silver shadow, professional and sleek. The FE offers a slightly different palette, including a deep jet black and a bright white option. Now let's talk screens. Both use dynamic AMOLED panels with 120 Hz refresh rates. Size is the big differentiator here, 6.2 inches on the S25 versus a massive 6.7 inches on the FE. The flagship S25 is much brighter, hitting 2600 nits. The FE is no slouch, but it caps at 1900. The S25 is also sharper thanks to its smaller size, boasting a higher pixel density of 416 ppi. You'll also notice the S25 has thinner bezels, achieving an impressive 91% screen-to-body ratio. Performance is where the gap really widens. The S25 packs the monstrous Snapdragon 8 Elite. The S25 FE uses the Exynos 2400. It's a capable deca-core chip, but it's a step behind the Qualcomm. In single-core benchmarks, the S25 is roughly 40% faster than the FE variant. Multi-core performance tells a similar story, with the S25 showing its dominance for heavy multitasking. Gamers will definitely prefer the S25, which scores nearly double in 3D Mark graphics tests. Both phones have solid cooling, but the Snapdragon's efficiency gives it an edge in sustained loads. Moving to battery life, the larger size of the FE allows for a much bigger 4900 mAh battery. The S25 manages 18 hours of video playback despite its smaller 4000 mAh cell. Surprisingly, the FE actually lasts longer for gaming, over 10 hours, thanks to that massive capacity. The FE also wins on charging speed, supporting 45 watts wired charging compared to 25 on the S25. Wireless charging is equal across the board at 15 watts, no clear winner there. Let's look at the cameras. On paper, they look similar, but the sensors tell a different story. The S25 uses the high-end GN3 sensor for its main 50-megapixel camera, delivering better low light. The FE also has a 50-megapixel main lens, but uses a slightly smaller sensor than the flagship. Both phones have 12-megapixel ultra-wide cameras, perfect for group shots and landscapes. For zooming, the S25 has a slight edge with a 10-megapixel telephoto, while the FE sits at 8 megapixels. Phone Arena's overall camera tests give the S25 a score of 147, just beating the FE's 143. Video fans will be happy with 8K recording on both, but the S25's processing is a bit cleaner. The selfie game is strong on both with matching 12-megapixel sensors and 4K capability. The flagship S25 is more future-proof with Wi-Fi 7 support, whereas the FE stops at Wi-Fi 6E. Unlocking is faster on the S25 thanks to its ultrasonic sensor. The FE uses a standard optical one. Samsung is promising a massive 7 years of OS updates for both, which is industry-leading. To summarize, S25 is for compactness and power, S25 FE is for screen size and battery life. So which one should you choose for your next upgrade? Buy the S25 if you want the best camera, the fastest chip, and a phone that fits in your pocket. Choose the S25 FE if you love a big screen for movies, better gaming battery, and a $150 saving. Both phones are incredible examples of Samsung's latest engineering in 2025. Thanks for watching this deep dive comparison. Which one are you picking? Let us know.